Hi, I'm Paul Sherland, and I'm with Daryl Mather of BUGCO. There are some pest control companies that basically put out bait stations around the house, and then they look for evidence that the bait stations have been visited, and then they put, termiticide in there.
Chris is over here. He has something to say.
Bait stations aren't always the greatest of use, but sometimes you have to if you're near water sources or you have some kind of environmental reason why you shouldn't apply a liquid chemical. So bait stations do have an importance, but it's not something you usually want to use for majority of your services.
Is there some sort of a station that you do use that combines the termiticide with the bait?
Yeah, so everything we do is about the environment, so we got to be safe and careful how we apply. We have bait stations that we can apply that are for monitoring, and then we also have bait that we can switch out that has a termiticide in it that helps spread through the calling to kill them.
Okay.
But like sticking the termiticide in the soil, one is the cost of it. Two is, why are you putting poison in the ground when you don't need to? So when you find activity, that's when you switch to the termiticide in the bait. But ideally, doing a liquid treatment, it lasts longer and it stays limited just around the structure where you apply it when applied properly through the label.
Okay.
Now, what about the monitoring stations that we're installing on the interior of the home?
That is kind of a new one. It has a bait in it, and what it does is we have tubes coming out of a wall, like it's usually more common with formosans. There's some structural damage. You can put baits into the wall that we can check quarterly or semi-annually, and it has a poison in it, but it lets us see what activity is going on. Don't really use them very often. Usually it's more common in like Louisiana, where formosans are more prevalent, in Houston.
Well, this is something like the historical building in Galveston, where they're the really high vaulted ceilings.
And formosans, for example, they don't need contact with the soil. Once they get up in the walls, their own actual urine can keep their cartridge nest moist enough, or if they have a water source near, like a crack in a wall or near a water heater or something, they can get moisture there. So in those cases, you need to use the bait stations that you put in the wall, because you might not ever find the cartridge nest. I mean, there's so many voids, so you have to do different strategies. That's why you can't always just use liquid applications. And you really want to stay away from repellents as much as possible. The spectricide, termites, it'll kill them, but they might actually make them break apart and spread them.
Well, we are known as the Bayou City, and that's for a reason. Just there's water everywhere, and you can only apply the liquid application within so many feet. So they are warranted in a lot of instances.
Yeah, we only use Termidor here, Termidor HE for liquid applications. That's the top of the line. It's a non-repellent, but you're not allowed to apply it within 60 to 65 feet of any water source.
Okay.
Well, not including swimming pools, but estuaries, anywhere there's fish. Because our job is really environmental. We got to be conscientious about the environment.
And there was a phrase that I remember Danielle used in one of the videos. The label is the law at BUGCO.
Yeah, that's definitely rule number 1. So
thank you very much. Thank you all very much.
All right, thanks, Paul.
BUGCO, we make the bugs go.